Fu Xuan is looking to be a very strong character in Honkai Star Rail, and now that Hoyoverse has given us the official look at her kit, we're going to look at her today and see if she is indeed a must-pull. So, yeah, like Hoyoverse does the Saturday before characters come out, they will post the sort of a breakdown of what their kit does, so we're going to go over that today. So let's scroll down here. Yeah, they have some of like the materials and whatnot for her as well here, also her traces, so let's actually start with those. So for her major traces, firstly, when Matrix of Prescience is active, Fu Xuan will regenerate extra energy when she uses her skill, so that'll be good to, have more uptime on her ult. Then her second one, when Fu Xuan's ultimate is used, it will heal all other allies. That's really good to, have some extra healing and sustain on the team as well. And then her last major trace, if a target enemy applies crowd control debuffs to allies while the Matrix of Prescience is active, all allies will resist all crowd control debuffs applied by the enemy target during the current action. And this effect will only be triggered once, and when Matrix of Prescience is activated again, the number of times it can be triggered is reset. So getting extra crowd control debuffs, like resistance, is really good. I think it'll help out Jing Yuan a good amount, which is a character that people have wanted to get some kind of buff. So yeah, I will make a separate video on that in the coming days for sure. But yeah, let's move into her kit now. Outside of the traces, they all do seem very good for sure. So okay, so starting out with her technique here. So her technique of Fortune Comes Fate. After the technique is used, all team members receive a barrier, and the barrier can block all enemy attacks, and the team will not enter battle when attacked. Entering battle while the barrier is active will have Fu Xuan automatically activate Matrix of Prescience at the start of battle, lasting for a certain number of turns. Yeah, so I can see that being very good for like Memory of Chaos and whatnot, being able to activate the Matrix of Prescience right from the start of battle instead of having to wait until Fu Xuan's first turn. That could be good for, if your team isn't fully speed tuned and you have some of those faster enemies. So yeah, that could be definitely really good as well. Then, for Fu Xuan's basic attack, she just deals quantum damage to a single target. So, nothing too crazy on the basic attack for her. Then we get into her talent. Bleak Breeds Bliss. So, or not her, it is her talent, okay. So when Fu Xuan is in combat, she can apply the Misfortune Avoidance for the team, and this will allow targeted characters to take reduced damage while the state is active, so that's definitely going to be really good, especially when we lead into what the Matrix of Prescience does in her skill. And also when Fu Xuan's current HP falls below a set percent, HP Restore will be triggered to help her regain a certain amount of HP, and if she takes a killing blow, the effect will not be able to trigger, and it can only trigger 1 time initially and 2 times at max for that healing. So, yeah, that definitely is, it definitely is kind of like an emergency heal. But, pairing that with her healing on her ultimate from the second major trace, she is going to be able to sustain herself pretty well, at least from the looks of her kit here. Then for her skill, known by stars shown by hearts, her skill will activate the Matrix of Prescience, and it will also distribute a certain proportion of unshielded damage taken by Fu Xuan's allies over to her for a certain number of rounds. So yeah, this only works if you don't have a shield on the allies, which is definitely an important thing to note. It only will absorb actual damage and not shield damage. And the Matrix of Prescience also grants the Knowledge effect, and while the allies have the Knowledge state, they will have their max HP and crit rate increase, which is going to be really good to, but also have some benefit for those more offensive characters for them to have some more consistently good damage. And then, once Fu Xuan is down, Matrix of Prescience will also be dispelled, which, makes sense. So, definitely a very strong mechanic for sure with the Matrix of Prescience. I do want to see what those numbers end up being for how much crit rate and how much max HP you're going to get. But pairing that with also Fu Xuan basically taking some of a good amount of the damage from the allies and applying it to herself instead will also be really good for just general survivability. Then lastly, we have her ultimate, Woes of Many Morph to 1. It'll just deal quantum damage to all enemies and increase Fu Xuan's talent trigger count by 1, which is what we mentioned earlier with being able to heal herself. So yeah, that's really everything for Fu Xuan there in terms of her kit. Now, to answer the question, do I think she is a must pull? I think if your account is struggling with sustain, I do think that she would be a must pull for you, not just because of her, but because Lynx will also be coming out on her banner, and I do think both characters will be very good, you know, Lynx being a healer and then Fu Xuan having more like preservation-based sustain while also having healing and also some cool support buffs on her kit as well. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you are going to be pulling for Fu Xuan. But I'm going to end it off here. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, definitely be sure to like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell. But I will see you all next time.